Hi, I'm Diane Davidson with Tim Wakefield here and Dog Dad. We're from the Fine Homes Group at Keller
Yes.
Anyway, so we'll see if he behaves during the whole podcast. He's experienced at doing our ISOs weekly, but they're much shorter little stints. So here we are, the last podcast of 2022. We just we'll take a little vote here, a little poll. So feel free to respond to this. We had this right before we started. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to do it anyway. When someone says, "Oh, you have a little something here," are you one of those people who, because they're pointing the right side, you go to your right side? Or do you do the mirror thing? Just curious. Anyway, get in touch, let us know. Okay, so what do you and Tim and I want to cover?
See, real estate is not the only valuable information we cover here on our podcast.
Did I mention Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission?
The mission is,
Well, the mission is supporting the local youth and their continued education. So we do pledge $100 for each of our transactions to scholarship fund and award those scholarships in May or June of each year. So we'll very soon know the tallies for 2022 and how much we're awarding. So stay tuned and please know that when you choose to do business with our team, you're helping us to support local youth.
what did we give last year?
$18,500.
$18,500 in scholarship money.
Mm-hmm, yep.
I mean, that's adding up at $100 a transaction. That adds up, and it makes a difference for people.
Yeah.
It really does. It's
Yeah.
And to see the kids and the parents and the families of the kids, we make a nice evening of it. And
We do.
yeah.
Fun party, so look for your invitation. Okay, so we're going to wrap up. I guess there's not much to talk about this year anymore, for 2022, but let's talk a little bit about 2023 and what we're seeing, the opportunities now we're seeing, especially when people are buying and selling at the same time. A lot more flexibility, a lot more opportunity, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. We what I believe is happening now is you've been saying we're entering into this sort of buyer-friendly market. It's still a seller's market, but it's much more friendly in terms of terms. And in the past, lots of sellers or potential sellers have said, "I would sell, but I've got nothing to buy, and I can't I don't want to move unless I can buy something, and I can't buy something because I have something to sell, and there's no sellers that want to wait for me." And it's this sort of death spiral. Well, now that is a little bit easier to contend with, and so I think there's a little bit of a break in the logjam, if you will, and I think 2023 will be a year for those that are looking to move for all the right reasons. They want something bigger, they want something smaller, they want a geographic change. All of those things are possible, much more so this upcoming year than in the past, where we've been such a frenzied market where it doesn't matter if you don't know what the market looks like and what the inventory in the part of the state looks like. You got to buy it today or it won't be here tomorrow. No matter whether it was New Hampshire or another part of the country. The whole country was going through that.
Right.
We're through that now. And other parts of the country, we have tipped into more of a buyer's market in certain parts of the country.
With the inventory side. I want to just touch on that because there are people who are watching or listening for the first time and others who may forget this, but when we say seller's market but buyer-friendly market, the buyer or seller market is determined by how many months of inventory, right? And so when inventory is low, less than 6 months supply, meaning that if nothing else came on the market,
Yes.
that it would all be gone in 6 months. When inventory is low, it's considered the swing of the pendulum. It goes from a buyer's market to a seller's market. So seller's market when inventory is low. So inventory is still very low in New Hampshire and in the greater Boston area, both the markets that we serve. However, it is buyer friendly in that the terms are much more reasonable. And I know this is we're repeating ourselves, or I'm repeating ourselves, but just so people understand what that means. So low inventory, but a kinder, gentler, more civilized market where more reasonable terms are accepted, and there is much less frenzy.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that for people. So,
Yeah.
okay, where were you?
I think you did a good job. I really do. I think you clarified it enough. We feel that we repeat ourselves, but I really also think that there are people that are tuning into the podcast for the very first time, and so it's not repetition to them. And oftentimes, people hear things a couple of times and they go, okay,
Yeah,
I got it,
Yep.
I got it, now I understand.
Yep.
So for us, most property owners, they buy and sell their primary residence 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in their lifetime.
Mhm.
And we're doing that monthly. So it's, we're hundreds and hundreds of transactions every year, thousands in our career. I mean, it seems like second nature to us, but that's why you're hiring us, is because we're able to maneuver through those transactions on behalf of the client.
Yep, true. Actually, that's one, we created a glossary of terms a few years ago, because we feel like we speak a different language sometimes. We do, we take, everyone, whatever industry somebody's in, they're used to the terminology, the lingo, the jargon, and so that's not, as you said, someone's doing it 6, 7, 8, sometimes once or twice in their lifetime, and also there are constantly new terms and we're big on acronyms. So if anybody, just want to say, if you would like a copy of the glossary of terms, we're happy to provide it for you.
Yeah.
What else? I guess that's it. He's being very good, isn't he? He needs to be. I think 2023 is the year of the dog. I think he's
It's the year of the dog dad.
I think he needs to be on film more, don't you?
No.
Okay.
And I love my dog. I just don't think he needs to be in the he adds value in the podcast
In the pod.
because he's good to look at, but
Podcast.
he doesn't really add real estate value.
It's okay. He has human connection. That's what this business is about. It's a relationship business. So, right?
Yeah, the only reason he's not on my lap is because he would be way too affectionate. He loves me
He'd
more.
be trying.
He loves me more.
Everyone loves you more.
Perhaps the favorite in the household.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree.
All right, let's say goodbye
That's it.
before we
Let's say
get in
goodbye.
trouble.
So I hope everyone had a happy and joy-filled, love-filled holiday season, and we wish you a wonderful new year. Please be in touch if we can do anything for you. We'd like to be your real estate resource here and anywhere we can help you or your friends. and
Indeed.
Family. Indeed? You said indeed.
Indeed.
Okay, well, that's it. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on your favorite podcast. Happy New Year.